So small it'll be like blowing out a dandelion with a howitzer. You won't feel a thing. Twitch, twitch, twitch. That eye gave me the creeps.
What the fuck would you know, zombie?
He practically spit out the words.
Your brain is nothing but dust and snot.
I had never heard that one before. I had to laugh. Are you trying to send Morse code messages with that eye of yours?
After you blow your non-existent brains out, I'm gonna take that giant marshmallow of yours and roast them on a stick. Homunculus s'mores sound de-fucking-licious.
He rubbed his round tummy to emphasize his lame joke. I lied. That Bugs Bunny cannon is going to hurt like a bastard. You're going to have a headache for weeks in the afterlife.
It's not gonna be me, brain licker. It's gonna be you.
He pointed the chanted gun at me.
I'm one lucky son of a goblin. Always have been. I was born the seventh son of a seventh son on the seventh day in the seventh year. I even have 7 nipples. I can't lose.
7 nipples? Can I milk you? I could go for some chocolate milk.
Get on with it already,
the fat werewolf shouted. Even with my dulled sense of smell, his fetid breath made me gag like someone dunked my head in a cesspool.
Pull the trigger already, or we'll all blow our brains out,
some creature yelled from the back of the room. The crowd jeered and hissed. Fraud held up a paw to silence the demonic delinquents.
Click, click.
He pointed a finger gun at Brownie.
I need to turn away first, Carlos said. I don't want this ghoul's ugly face to possibly be the last thing I see. He looks like the offspring of a burnt piece of toast and a giant turd.
I let him have the last laugh because I figured it would be his last ever. The Brownie turned his head, screwed his eyes shut, pulled the trigger, and click. The damn runt didn't blow his brains out. The first miss of the night. The others had all gone down on the first try. If Carlos really had some magic mojo, I was in trouble. The fairy let out a sigh and, with a filthy grin, passed the gun to the werewolf.
I told you I was lucky, you soulless fook.
Fraud spun the cylinder and handed me the gun. The dust-den dirtbags placed their bets. I removed my fedora, set it beside Oswald, no use ruining a 70-year-old hat, and raised the gun to my temple.
Aren't you all ready, Dad?
Someone from the peanut gallery shouted. Everyone laughed. Har, har, har. What a bunch of morons. The warm revolver burned my skin. A howitzer blowing out a dandelion. Maybe I should make a wish. A wish that I had never gotten involved with that damn Pandemonium device. I thought of Ratzinger, but blocked it out. I didn't want that Nazi scum to be my final thought. He had plagued too many of my thoughts. The sick doctor ruled my dreams ever since he'd been resurrected on Pandemonium. Every night I revisited room 731 and the terrible things that happened there. But even while awake or high on dust, I felt as if I floated in a dark abyss of despair, more so than usual for a zombie. I thought it might have been because Oswald fell into a coma. I did miss bossing around the homunculus and chiding him for his error-laden reports. I had even bought the Dunsey dictionary. If I was an honest corpse, I'd admit wanting to scramble my brains just to stop the misery. But I'm not, so I won't. It had been an anguishing afterlife these past 72 years in Pandemonium. Maybe it was time to go bye-bye. I wrapped my index finger around the trigger, but that fucking suit of bones showed up before I could squeeze it.
Jack, don't do it! You have so much to live for, buddy.
Garry stood there waving his arms around like a maniac. The obnoxious twit barged into my office about a week ago, blathering about lost souls. The creep had been watching my office for days and only fueled my already increasing paranoia. I burned through a dozen kilos of dust because of him. I thought he'd been spying for the resurrected Nazi doctor, but he turned out to be another pathetic corpse with a pipe dream. Me and Garry went way back to the war where we both served in the U.S. Army as well as Ratzinger's dirty little band of undead brothers. Scram, Garry. I jabbed the gun into my skull for emphasis. Calling Garry a zombie would be a bit of an exaggeration. He was the zombie's ultimate nightmare. A skeleton in an ill-fitting zoot suit. The ridiculous bouffant wig on his skull didn't help. Aren't you due back at anatomy class by now?
Jack, pal, please hear me out.
How did you even know I was here?
Lilith told me. She's worried sick about you.
She says you haven't been the same since...